That's the name, Lloyd Harris. Keep that in mind. Who knows where you might be seeing it in bright lights in the future. But maybe just to give us a bit of an insight on what potential this young man's career holds is the man sitting right next to me, Mr. Jeff Coetzee, who is a former South African Davis Cup representative who he had his debut in 2009 and he recently returned from Australia. And it's good to have you here with us, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Looking at a guy like Lloyd, what do you make of him? And he sounds like he's got his head on right. He's speaking the right kind of tennis talk, that sportsman mentality. What do you make of his potential in the future?
I think it definitely has potential. You know, I've watched him the last 2 years playing some junior tournaments. His serve has improved a lot the last year, and especially his forehand. What I probably would advise, and I know his coach really well, Anthony Harris, is to be a little bit more aggressive. He needs to play a little bit more aggressive, come to the net a lot more, and sometimes he gets a little bit predicted. So I think in terms of that, where the game is going today, you can see a lot of the tennis, a lot of people coming to the net more because they want to be a lot more aggressive because the courts are changing again.
So changing that gameplay. And, you know, in order not to lose a guy like that, what needs to happen in his life and the people around him in terms of support structure to make sure that his potential is maximized and that he potentially could one day play in the Aussie Open, for instance?
Need some sponsors. Definitely, that will help. You know, he's a very talented guy and a guy that Tennis South Africa will definitely have to look at in the next 5 to 6 years because this is so crucial for him the next couple of years. And at the moment, I think he's doing homeschooling. He's been playing a lot of junior tournaments and then a lot of senior tournaments, you know, what they call a futures, what they start your tennis career, and he's been going a lot in Europe. So I think in terms of that, but, you know, coming from South Africa, everything is so expensive, and with the rand-dollar exchange, you know, you need that backup. And unfortunately, if you don't have it, it's always going to be tough.
Let's skip over to the action that's happening right now. You've just come back from Australia today, one of the semi-finals, Roger Federer taking on Rafael Nadal. What do you make of that encounter?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough one for Roger, but again, you know, the courts has changed this year. You know, it's a lot quicker this year, and Roger seems to like it, and it's probably the best I've seen him play and move in a long, long time. You know, he's had a back problem last year, and I had a long chat to his trainer in Brisbane this year, and he's moving really well. You can see he's enjoying his tennis. He's going into the semi-final with only losing 1 set. And I think, but ultimately, Nadal has his number. So it all really depends, you know, on the day. But I think watching him the last couple of weeks, I think he's confident at the moment. And once he's confident, he's always tough to beat. Yeah,
well, he has his number, but he's also dealing with what I see as a major injury on his playing hand, his forehand. You know, is that going to be a big bother at all?
I think not really. I mean, these guys, you know, they're so professional, and at the staff, the ATP staff do such a great job. So I think when it comes to a semi-final match like this, they're going to take care of everything to get him ready for the match. So, and coming from Rafa, I don't think he's going to let anything bother him. He's just going out there and do his business.
Now, it's been a surprising one on, I think, on many levels. Nonetheless, the fact that you know, Djokovic was knocked out, the top seeds on the women's side of the court have also been knocked out. So we have Svitolina and Na Li heading off into the finals there. What do you make of that encounter between them?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think it's really Li Na's to lose. I mean, she's been here before, and I think she's won the French Open a couple of years ago. She's the most experienced. I mean, Cibulkova played really well, beating Sharapova and all that, but I think she's come of age. She's always been knocking at the door, being in the top 8, top 10, and now she's making the final. So anything is possible, but I definitely think Li Na will take it.
Our South African performances there, what have you made of them? Kevin Anderson was I think he did an amazing job.
Yeah, I think Kevin played really well. It was a bit unlucky. I saw him in Brisbane. He got sick, and then he didn't play too well in Auckland. But then to come from that virus he had, to make 4th round again was unbelievable. And I think coming back from 2 sets to love the round before, and then played Berdych, which is, I think his record is 9-0, which is not good. And Berdych's got his number there. But I mean, he played really well defending his points from last year. He also made 4th round, so it was very good for him.
Fantastic. Well, Jeff, thank you very much for your insights. We really do appreciate, and we'll be watching all of those sports highlights and bringing you the scores. And of course, a shout out to Mr. Lucas Sithole, who's been playing in the finals as well, and hopefully he'll be bringing this one home as he did the US Open. Right now, let's carry on with the fun here in our studio. Ilana, over to you.